Hi again, and welcome to Module 9 of the Dropshipping mini course. Today I'm going to talk to you about traffic, how you're going to actually get your store noticed. So we've been covering basically all the most popular questions that I get from people who really aren't sure if dropshipping is for them or not. I think by now you should know, and you should know if you want to proceed or if you don't. But what I want to do in this module is give you a brief introduction to some of our traffic sources and how they work, and even more than that, just how you should approach traffic as an e-commerce store owner. So to do that, I will answer a bunch of questions and share the traffic sources that we actually use for our own stores. But before I do that, I just want to make it very clear how we approach traffic here. You don't need all the traffic in the world, right? A lot of people, when they build a website, they think they need thousands of visitors a day. They need, such a popular website. Or how could you compete with Amazon if they have so many millions of people visiting their site every day? Well, you can't, but you don't need all the traffic in the world because you're not trying to compete with everyone. All you're trying to do is get enough sales to make you whatever kind of income it is you want. If you want to be Amazon, I can't help you. If you want to build a business that's big and profitable, I can help with that, but not Amazon big. So how do I address this, not needing all the traffic in the world? What you need is buyer traffic. So let's just say, for example, you had 1,000 people coming to your site a day. That's great, but are they looking to buy, or are they just random people that are searching around online and clicking your site? You don't need 1,000 people a day to make money. You don't even need 100 people on your site a day to make money. Sure, it's ideal, and you probably will, but just let's say, for example, you had 10 people come to your site every day, and those 10 people were buyers. They were looking to buy. They found your site, and they all paid $1,000 for a product. It's probably not going to work out exactly like that, but just so you know, you don't need all the traffic in the world. All you need is buyer traffic. You need people that actually want to buy the items that you're selling, to find you, to come to your website, and to choose your store to purchase from. So let's address how we find these buyers and this good type of traffic. Here's just a random list of some of the traffic sources we use. It's not all of them, but let me give you a very, very brief introduction to each of them. I could spend hours talking about each one of them, and I do within Dropship Lifestyle. But for now, let's do a brief overview. First, we have Google Shopping. Now, if you've ever searched for a physical product on Google, on the top right of your screen, you likely see some product images, some product prices, and the product names. These are Google Shopping ads. So for example, if you searched for one of the products that I sell on any of my stores and you searched for it on Google, you would see an ad for my store up there. That's Google Shopping. Very, very, very targeted source of traffic if you use it right. And it is buyer traffic. It's people searching for specific products. They see the ad, they see the price, they see the link for your store with that product. It's great traffic. The next one is Bing Shopping, not as popular as Google, but another shopping engine where you can list your products. The next one is Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads for e-commerce can be pretty tricky. It's great for retargeting, meaning if someone comes to your e-commerce store, they don't buy anything, then you could show them an ad on Facebook with your store as a reminder, hey, come back, we still have these items for here, we're for sale, we're still here, come and purchase from us. For new traffic, Facebook can work, but it's a much longer sales process. So let me explain why this way. If someone finds you on Google Shopping, it's because they're searching for the product that you're selling. If they find you on Facebook ads, it's because you're trying to target them with an ad for your store. So the person on Facebook isn't proactively searching and ready to buy. So it's not as much of buying traffic, but Facebook ads still can work, but it's, again, more of a long-term play. The next thing you should do for traffic is use Pinterest. Pinterest is great for e-commerce. It leads to a ton of traffic. It's free. They do have paid advertising also, but even just their organic pins and traffic from Pinterest works great. And they're actually just starting to allow you to even sell products through Pinterest now, and it will link to your Shopify store. So Pinterest is a great traffic source. Search engine optimization. So of course, this is something people could speak for hours and hours and hours on, but I'm just going to say that with our e-commerce stores, with our dropshipping stores, it's not that hard because we're not trying to rank for generic niche keywords. We're ranking for specific product titles. So it's very easy to rank for something like a manufacturer name and a product name and a SKU number, because again, we're not going for those top level, super competitive keywords. And again, we don't want that super competitive keyword traffic because it's not buying traffic. If someone searches for a chandelier and they find us, that's great, but chances are they're not ready to buy yet. if they search for the chandelier company manufacturer name and product name and SKU number, then they find us, there's a good chance they're much further along in the buying cycle, and we have a much better chance of turning that visitor into a customer. And that's how we use search engine optimization for our dropship stores. Again, this is something I go into much more detail with in our dropship lifestyle coaching program, and I actually show you videos of how you set this all up so you can get those results. But it's a lot of content, so that's in the coaching program should you be interested. The next thing you could do is guest blog posts. So what that means is you could find blogs that are relevant to your niche, and you could share information on them. You could write guest blog posts, and that'll get traffic back to your site. It'll help get you noticed. The next thing that you should do, that we do quite frequently, is actually take out banner ads on different blogs that are in niches that we sell in. So you could simply rent a little advertising spot, have a little graphic image made up, put the image up there, people click it, they go to your store. It's a great way to get your store noticed. The next thing you could do is a gift card giveaway. So if you're selling expensive items like we do, like we recommend, your profit margin or your profit per sale should be relatively high. You could afford to give $25 off or $50 off per order. So something that works really well, especially when launching a new dropship store, is running a promotional contest where you actually give out $50 gift cards to your store that are valid on purchases for, let's just say, $1,000 or more. So if someone spends over $1,000, they get the gift card that gives them a $50 discount. You still make a great amount of money, and it's a great way to drive people to your store when you're first starting. Now, these are just several traffic sources that we use out of a whole arsenal of them. And again, I could go into much more detail about them, and I do, but that's in module 7 of our dropship lifestyle coaching program. So if you want to know more about this, highly recommend signing up for it, and I'll teach you everything I know about all of these traffic sources. So now that we've covered some basics, and I think you can understand that we're not limited to one traffic source. There's tons of ways to get people to your site, but let's talk about the most important part of the equation. Again, you could have all the traffic in the world, but it doesn't matter. What's really important is converting that traffic into sales. Taking a visitor, having them go through your checkout page, take out their credit card, put their trust in you, and order from you. Now, there's so many different ways to do this. This is what I call lead value optimization. So getting a lead that comes to your site, and then how do you optimize the value out of that? How do you make as much as possible of everyone that visits your site? This is something that I cover in very much detail again in our coaching program. And tomorrow in module 10, what I'm going to do is actually give you a sneak peek, a little preview of our members area. I'm going to take you inside the coaching program. I'm going to show you some of the modules. I'm going to show you some of our forum, and I'm going to show you how it could help you if you're ready to do this, if you really want to build a real business, a dropship business, if you want to profit from it. I've said it multiple times throughout this mini course, but I really don't think there's a better way to get started than by following my coaching program. So I'll see you tomorrow, and I will take you inside the Dropship Lifestyle Coaching Program, and I'll show you what it's all about. You can see the videos, you can see our forum, and get a good idea if it's for you or not. So any questions, as always, just reply to the email that this video is linked from, and I'd be happy to help. Thank you.